Boris Johnson walking out of Downing Street to give his final speech as Prime Minister this morning. Speaking in front of a large group of supporters, including members of his outgoing cabinet, Johnson took a victory lap for his government.
Well, this is it, folks. Thank you, everybody, for coming up. The people who got Brexit done, the people who delivered the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, and never forget, 70% of the entire population got a dose within 6 months, faster than any comparable country. That is government for you. That's this Conservative government. People who organised those prompt early supplies of weapons to the heroic Ukrainian armed forces, an action that may very well have helped change the course of the biggest European war for 80 years.
He also pledged his full backing for the next government, headed by his fellow Tory, Liz Truss.
But I say to my fellow Conservatives, it's time for politics to be over, folks. It's time for us all to get behind Liz Truss and her team and her programme and deliver for the people of this country. Because that is what the people of this country want, that's what they need, and that's what they deserve.
Johnson is now on his way to Scotland to tender his resignation to the Queen. Liz Truss will take office later today.
Later today, the UK will have a new Prime Minister. Liz Truss, who most recently has been the country's Foreign Minister, will take over from Boris Johnson. It's taken 8 weeks to find a replacement after Johnson was forced to resign, during which time the crises facing the government have gotten worse, with the UK now expected to head into a recession because of the surging cost of energy and the inflation that causes. And there are many other problems to solve, such as a health service which continues to struggle under the strain of the pandemic. But there's still one more day of pageantry to go through. Normally, new Prime Ministers are welcomed by the Queen of England at Buckingham Palace, not far from here, before getting to work. But for health reasons, Her Majesty will receive Ms Truss at her Scottish residence in Balmoral. Then the Prime Minister will come back to London, enter 10 Downing Street and receive a briefing from the country's top civil servant about what needs to be done. Of course, in reality, Liz Truss's plans have been in formation for many weeks. One of her first tasks is nominating a cabinet and, in doing so, trying to unite her Conservative Party, which has been bruised by months of infighting over its new leader and political direction. It will also fall to Truss to decide what to do about the future relationship with the EU, including how to manage the Northern Ireland Protocol. She had been leading the latest negotiations for the UK and threatened again that London might unilaterally change it. And then there's the thing that ordinary people care about, the cost of living. It's understood she's been working on a plan to freeze energy prices and also to reduce taxes. The details are yet to be revealed. But after months of leaderlessness, people here are crying out for someone to take back control. Ty Genwright, Euronews in London.